April Crisanto from the Philippines works as an online trainer, training new recruits via Zoom call presentations for a company over in California. April and her team work remotely, and as the team leader, it's her job to train any new trainees. However, due to the different time zones, her team operates very late at night. So one day, April is on a Zoom call with her team at night, when suddenly, one of them has a creepy encounter during the call.
Chris, kay AJ, kay katong since day 1, kay naman may ubang gitakil na modules dira sa sa Trailhead na apil pod na inig nila. So guys, it's already 12 p.m. You may join Vince sa Google Meet na link sa calendar invite and nawa sa to tayo na. Hoy, age. Ako'y nakita sa likod mo. Ayan na lang. Dito sa pikas.
Asa?
Na ako'y nakita.
Oh man. Wait lang.
Dira. Uy, tindog yun akong balahibo. Dira. Nanapoy ni, I don't know kung ni Agi or kamot or legs. Marang ni kitaas. Or nai ni Agi. Marang nai ni Ana ni tindog. Kadali, I don't know. Sorry, naka-curse chip ko kaya nakuratan ko. Anyway, unya na lang. Tanahan na to ang video niya.
As you can see, something that looks like a white figure quickly rises up and darts behind AJ. But luckily, it was captured by his webcam. April, on the other hand, was so spooked that she had forgotten she was on a work call and accidentally swore before muting her mic out of shock. Later on, AJ told April that he had been experiencing paranormal activity inside his apartment for over 7 years now, and that doors would slam shut on their own, faucets would turn on by themselves, as well as loud bangs that could be heard around the house. And anyone who would stay over and sleep the night would have a sleep paralysis episode of a little child sitting on their chest. AJ claims that he would sometimes see this same child and a woman manifesting inside his apartment. So, is this a real haunting or just a very odd coincidence? Whatever the case, it sure is creepy.
A YouTuber named BKXC is biking across Tibet and taking some seriously steep trails. The terrain itself is loaded with enough natural hazards, and that includes the wildlife. He is on a mountain pass with a steep drop when he comes across a young yak that is ready to hold its ground.
Oh. Yeah.
It starts to walk away, but since there's only a cliff ahead, it doubles back and takes an aggressive stance. Those horns are incredibly sharp and every bit as dangerous as a bull. The only thing BKXC can do to save himself is get off his bike and use it as a barrier shield.
We're looking a little dangerous here. Oh, you motherfucker. Get back.
Thinking fast, he bravely offers himself as a distraction to ensure his riding partner can get across safely. The yak tracks them with sharp head movements and looks ready to charge at the slightest provocation.
Go, keep going.
BKXC smartly inches the bike away to create just a little more distance between swinging a leg over and hauling out of there. If he hadn't taken those few precious steps away first, the yak might have felt intimidated and charged. Number 9. It's almost 3 a.m. and Sean Tharp's girlfriend is heading out to work a late night shift. Soon she is calling her boyfriend, screaming about a man walking towards her. She claims the stranger was wearing no coat in absolutely freezing cold weather and came straight at her without a word. Sure enough, at approximately 33 seconds into this doorbell cam video, I can see a semi-transparent figure stomping towards her car at a high rate of speed. Then it turns around and abruptly disappears. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then watch the street lamp get covered briefly by the person's hollow outline as a reference point. Number 8. This window washer is apparently unconcerned with keeping his life, let alone his job. The brazen worker sees nothing wrong with standing on a ledge that's so narrow. He has to spread his feet outwards just to keep any semblance of traction. And of course, the only way to wash the window in this position is to fully shut it. Notice how there's no safety harness or any other equipment for that matter. If he loses his balance now, the only way to fall is straight down. Meanwhile, he has to rely on a spotter to open the window from the inside to let him back in. And when it's finally time to open the window, he has to wedge his arms in the frame and hold one of the most awkward positions I've ever seen. The cameraman, who is panicking for him, pans down to the ground to show that this video is not a joke. This is a drop he absolutely would not survive. Number 7.
The existence of Bigfoot has just been confirmed. Yes, you heard that right. On July 27, 2023, a man from Ohio named Michael Jordany went hiking alone in the Appalachian Mountains when all of a sudden he fell down into a cave. After a couple of hours, Michael woke up in agony with a broken leg. Everything around him was dark, but he was able to use his phone as a flashlight. From the cave, he was able to see outside, but as it was raining, he decided to go deeper into the cavern. But as he was walking, he heard a loud roar coming from deep inside the cave. And what happens next will leave you speechless. As Michael turned around, he saw a huge creature, what he believed to be the Bigfoot. He took a video before crawling into a part of the cave where he was safe, then was able to come back to the surface. When he got back home, he decided to post the video online, but it was taken down. 2 days later, Michael's family reported him missing, but the case was quickly closed. Subscribe and share with a friend for part 2. Did you know that?
Who had a creepy experience somewhere out in the woods while playing Randonautica one day, but things took a turn for the worse when he suddenly got the bright idea to try out the Ouija board inside his own home afterwards and didn't close it properly. Ever since then, he has been plagued with paranormal events, and after getting his phone out to record some of them, this is what he captured.
Our fingers are barely on it. It literally just spelled out car.
I'm not doing this anymore.
It's literally like 4 a.m. And I just got woken up by the loudest, like, crashing noise in my other room. Dude, what? What the fuck? My chair, my paintings, what the fuck? My keyboard? What? Okay, no. I was just chilling and this light just knocked over, just randomly. Are you still here? Do something if you're still here. Get out of my house, please. You are not welcome here. Get out of my house. Get out.
On another day, he captures something that sends chills down his spine.
I swear to God, I just saw someone sitting in this chair, and now it's rocking a little bit. Hello? Is anybody here? Oh my God. What do you want?
An object moves by itself and then the door slams on its own. And then a few seconds after, we hear sudden footsteps running towards him out of nowhere, only to stop abruptly before reaching him. After realizing that he didn't end the Ouija board session properly, he attempted to use it again, but this time, nothing happened. So, is this a real spirit summoned to wreak havoc inside his home? Or is it all just an intricate ruse? You judge.
A man in Spokane, Washington approaches a neighborhood home and rings the doorbell while holding a blade. He has what I interpret as a concerned look on his face that's bordering on the verge of panic, as if he is about to force himself to do something he really doesn't want to. After 35 seconds of waiting, he appears to lose focus and turns around. He looks down at his feet and sways back and forth slightly, like he is in some kind of trance. I think I can see some rapid eye movements with his eyes closed, and it looks like he might be in a dreamlike state. In other words, exactly the last person you'd want beckoning you to come to your front door. Considering that this exact situation has happened at this house on 2 different occasions, I'm pretty sure that this person might have an imaginary score to settle with whoever is unfortunate enough to live here. Number 3. In January of 2018, this emergency message was broadcasted to everyone in the entire state of Hawaii.
A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill.
What's more alarming is how everyone seems to ignore the emergency directions that are instructing them to pull over. Bethany and the vehicle in front of her continue to drive, even when told by the radio to stop, although to be completely fair, they could have been on a 1-lane road with nowhere safe to pull over.
If you are driving, pull safely to the side of the road and seek shelter in a building or lay on the floor. We will announce when the threat has ended.
The broadcast puts the entire island into a panic, and I feel like this live stream video summarizes everyone's reaction perfectly. The first stage is a sort of disbelief and the need to confirm it's really happening.
Oh gosh, what happened? Did you guys get that? Did you not get that? There's an emergency ballistic missile threat.
The next stage is acceptance that this is real, which leads to scrambling for a plan, even in the face of total obliteration.
Oh my god! What do we do?
And the final stage is panicking at the realization that all hope is lost, that your life is about to truly end. The urge to run somewhere, anywhere, sets in even though it's clear nothing can be done.
Babe, what do we do?
As it turns out, this broadcast was a major mistake made by staff at a military command post. There was nothing this time, but based on these videos and countless others, I don't think we would really do as well as we would like to think in the face of an actual catastrophe. Number 2. In 2017, a different hacker took his hobby to new extremes by setting off every emergency siren in Dallas, Texas at once, in the middle of the night. Listen to this and tell me what would go through your minds. I would probably think that the end of my life was very near. And from the top of a tall building, the siren sounded even crazier. I assume the person recording this is looking up expecting to see fighter jets blow up everything in sight, because that's sure what it sounds like. As you can hear, nobody is able to shut this off. The city has effectively lost control. Whoever did this was never caught, and this incident really exposes how vulnerable our utility systems truly are to anyone with the right technological skills and devious desires. Number 1. A YouTuber named RJ32 is at the beach in Southern California when one of his kids sees a fast-moving round creature in the clear water. Watch this part and give me your best guess as to what this could be, and don't worry if you can't tell yet, because you and he are about to get a much closer look. RJ32 curiously walks over to where he last saw what he thinks was a flounder and starts kicking around. Panic sets in as he realizes he's uncovered a stingray that was trying its best to hide from him in the sand. I don't think the stingray is full grown, but take a closer look and tell me if I'm wrong. Mature or not, the tail seems like just the right size to go through your foot if you aren't careful. RJ32 gets a quick warning jab and is sent limping to the beach. If this is what a baby can do, I wouldn't like to see the work of an adult.
The Kraken is actually real. Yes, you heard that right. Everyone knows that the Kraken existed in the past, but what if I told you it still exists today? In 2021, Jack Williams decided to go on a mission to discover the truth about the existence of the Kraken, as he had heard many theories about the mysterious creature in the past. He rented a large boat and loaded it with enough resources to survive for 6 months before setting sail for the deep sea. From there, he explored for weeks without seeing anything. However, after exactly 71 days of sailing, he spotted what appeared to be a massive tentacle in the distance. As he approached, he realized just how large they were. He began to film, and as he got closer, he was able to clearly see that it was a massive octopus, also known as the Kraken. He then posted the video online, but it was quickly deleted. He eventually disappeared without a trace, but luckily some people were able to save the video. Subscribe and send to a friend for part 2 with the footage.